you hear a dog yelping in the background, it's because the chihuahua that lives in my house has severe anxiety and really misses her owner. So, about a decade ago, I heard the last lecture by Randy Pausch, and I took a lot of lessons from it. But because I had no kids, I took a lesson that I didn't think I needed. See, when Randy was taking out his niece and nephew one day, he had bought himself a brand new VW Bug, and his sister was telling the kids to be really careful because it's Uncle Randy's brand new car. And at the exact same time, Randy opened up a can of pop and emptied it into the back seat. And he went to his sister and said, "It's just a thing. It doesn't matter. The kids enjoying themselves is more important than the thing I bought with money." Flash forward to about 18 months ago. I'm at my friend's house, and I and his mother-in-law are babysitting the three kids. And the youngest, who's about 2.5, has not been feeling well. And his tummy's upset, and he's got poop all over the bathroom because he was trying to be a big boy. So I'm got him on my shoulder, and he's facing behind me. And the next thing I know, I'm covered in puke. And I just stood there, and I let him puke all over me, over and over again, because making him comfortable about something he can't control was more important than the shirt that I happen to be wearing. So I stood there for about 45 seconds, and he threw up, and he threw up, and he threw up. And at that exact moment, his mom and dad got home. And his dad came over and took him away from me. And I just went downstairs, changed my shirt, took off my shirt, cleaned myself up, put on a clean shirt, and came back upstairs and checked in to make sure that the little guy was okay. And my friend's mother-in-law, who had been cleaning up poop in the bathroom, said, "I didn't expect you not to get angry." And to be able to just accept that that's happening. It's one thing for a parent to do it, right? But, somebody who's never been a parent, has never really babysit young kids and stuff, she was really surprised. And I just said, why would I be angry at him for something he can't control? Now, when I apply that to my life, I realize that ever since I was a kid, my emotions have gotten the better of me. When I was 5 years old, I had my first anxiety attack that I couldn't control, and I got yelled at. And I learned very quickly, because I was a smart kid and I learned fast, to bottle up my emotions whenever possible so I didn't get yelled at, even though they were completely out of my control. When I was 8, I had a panic attack while on a field trip. Now, my teacher made me feel okay about it. She was good to me. She never made me feel guilty about interrupting what was going on with the other kids and stuff. I just couldn't control it, and she knew that. She didn't know what it was. I mean, I didn't know what it was until I was in my 40s. But when she told my parents got mad at me for interrupting the field trip and inconveniencing all the other kids. So I kept bottling up my emotions. When I turned 13 and 14, I developed depression and the beginnings of borderline personality disorder. I learned to not talk to anyone about my emotions. I learned to be fearful of everybody judging me for everything, whether it was my fault or not, because I was terrified of their reaction. And that carried on through me meeting or dating the woman that I thought I was going to marry, to me not having relationships for 25 years. When I was in my late 30s, I got diagnosed finally after I had prepared to unalive myself. And even then, people around me said, "Why would you do that?" I had one friend who got mad at me because I had been preparing to do that. I've spent my entire life bottling up everything, even though I can't control it. And it's destroyed me. It's eaten away at my very existence and my self-esteem to the point that I don't believe I deserve to live, let alone be comfortable, loved, cared for, fed, clothed, and have a home. I've never thought I deserved any of those things. And I have felt guilt about everything my entire life as a result of it. We don't control things about our lives the way we think we do. And we need to remind ourselves that other people don't control things about their lives the way we think they should. We blame everyone for everything. We never listen. We never care. We're never open. We're never empathetic. We judge and we blame. And that translates from our relationships into our politics, into everything around us. And all it does is leave a trail of broken souls behind us as we proceed through life. If you've got this far in this video watching it, I beg you to not do it. Because I didn't choose this. I didn't choose my addiction. I never chose any of my other coping mechanisms. I didn't choose how I was raised. I didn't choose how I was forced to live. All I'm trying to do is get through the day. Every day. I don't worry about tomorrow. I worry about surviving from now until I put my head on my pillow again in about 7 to 8 hours from now. Some people think they have it all figured out. I don't know if that's the majority or not. All I know is there's a bunch of us, millions of us in this country, who don't and need help with it. And we need to give them the opportunity when they're young enough to heal. Because if we wait too long, it's too late. I just turned 51. It's too late. Society has made that clear to me. And that's okay. Remember, my self-esteem stuck. My self-esteem sucks. I think I'm a disposable human being. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. But I don't want anyone else in this world ever feeling the way I do. So please, educate yourself. Don't be an ass. And just accept that we're all human.